Welcome to the Business Owner Spotlight Series. My name is Gabriel Moore. I am a senior partner here at Action Coach Vanguard in Central Iowa. Today, I have Jules Mangels, the owner of Julsdesign, as my guest. We're going to be talking about her business, her journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to the notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. Jules, welcome and thank you for being here today so much. Please give us a brief overview of your background. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. So actually my business, we'll start with school. I went to college, went to DMAC actually, started at Iowa State, ended up at DMAC, got an internship at a small design firm called Patty and Weaver that was in downtown Des Moines. Stayed with them for about 4.5 years and then moved to Pioneer Hybrid International Inc. in their business information services division. Yeah, that's a long thing, isn't it? And then
Right.
hung out with them for about another 4 years and decided that the big corporate thing was not for me. And I took that great leap of starting my own thing and being a freelancer. A week after I quit, fun fact, as I found out I was pregnant with my first.
Oh,
So
challenge
um,
accepted, right?
challenge accepted, you bet. So kind of raised my kids with my business and challenging, yes, but it was really wonderful. So
Yes.
Julsdesign come January will be in business for 31 years.
Oh my goodness. You know, raising a child, I'm sorry, raising a business is kind of like raising a child too, right? I
It
mean,
is.
honestly, and children to boot at the same time. Bravo. Like super bravo.
Yeah, they got voluntold a lot as they were growing up to kind of come over and help mom. So yeah, they've been here
We're
a
doing
lot.
today. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about what your role is that you currently play in the business.
Currently, yeah, so I'm kind of in a transition phase right now. But my role is anything that needs to be done. I talk to a lot of the clients. I'm the one that designs all our major big publications. And then I lead my staff. So every day is just a little bit different.
When you look at your role, how many hours, like today, how many hours do you think you spend working in the business, which is kind of like some of the stuff that you were talking about? And how many business hours are you like strategy planning for growth or for maybe the sale of
Yeah.
the business or wherever, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So working on it is never enough. I probably spend 1 day a week. I try to spend 1 day a week.
Okay.
Um, just looking at that and doing strategies and seeing what we could do better. And the rest of it just hands down in everything from accounting to client customer service.
A lot of hats in business ownership. A lot of
So
hats.
many hats.
It's like so like I'm surprised all of our necks really aren't just like crooked from all of the hats.
Right. So, yeah. And then we don't have titles here either because I don't want somebody to think just because their title is not like cleaning person that they don't have to clean their desk. So we just do really weird
Okay.
names. Nobody's above or below anybody else. Everybody's on
Okay.
exactly on the same level all the way throughout the company. So when we
Okay.
had dogs here, if the dogs threw up, you know what? That's on your duties as described. So extra duties. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess if it's position, doesn't matter. People sign up for it, right? I mean,
Correct.
yeah,
They know coming in, he's
absolutely.
good.
That's definitely unique. So what's let let's talk about what makes you guys so special. Okay. We hear, well, first, who primarily does your business serve? If I were like in the audience, how would I know if I was a good fit for Julsdesign?
If you are a small business owner,
Okay.
looking to be a startup, trying to get your branding and marketing off the ground, we are a great fit. If you
Okay.
are a marketing director in a large company, but you don't have the design staff underneath of you, we are a good fit.
Wow, that's actually pretty incredible. You would think that maybe a marketing firm would have a design staff on staff, but I would imagine that many of them outsource it. Yeah.
Many
And
of them outsource it and take big, huge companies. Like we used to do a lot of work for the Iowa Clinic. They had that basic marketing staff, but they had no designers or production people. And so we were able to come in, be a part of their team and handle all of that for them. And it was a great relationship.
oh,
It
that's
kept
so
them from
cool.
having to hire. Yeah.
That's so cool. So then what makes your business unique? I mean, what are your, why do your customers choose you aside from we have great customer service, we're the best at what we do? And I'm only saying it like that because, you
Right.
know, a lot of businesses say that, right? So what do you think kind of sets you guys apart?
I think there's a couple reasons. Everything that we do here is team based. So,
Okay.
um, you come to us, you don't get just me as a designer, you don't get just Joe as a copywriter. So you have an entire team. And anytime we design stuff, most times we have two designers on it. That doesn't cost you anymore to do that, but you get two different avenues to look at, two different mindsets and backgrounds to be able to do that. And if in our entire team, we meet every day. So if I decide to run away to Hawaii for a few weeks, which I just did, nothing stops here. Everything keeps going. So any projects that I was working on before I left, one of my other team members can pick that up.
The
And
dog, oh, go ahead.
no, and we're just designers here too, which I think that keeps our overhead down a little bit. And we love other small businesses. And so we'll work with photographers or writers, and then we can handpick those to meet the client's needs. And you're not just have that one person that's on staff to be able to do that.
That's outstanding. And while you're gone, they still have to clean up the dog puke, right?
They do. They
Okay.
really, really do.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious about that.
Yeah. Let them in, let them out. Yeah,
Yeah, you got a job to do.
they do.
This leads me to something you may be familiar with, marketing. And you know, marketing is vital. It's vital to all businesses, right? And there's so many businesses out there that don't even touch marketing. They are 100% organic growth, and they really just struggle with the concept of it. In your business, as a marketing business slash, you know, graphic design or design business, what is the number one marketing strategy that has brought you the most business out of everything?
Marketing strategy. People can't buy from you if they don't know from you. They don't know who you are.
So beautiful.
And I appreciate my first probably 10 years in business. I was all word of mouth. You know, I never
Right.
advertised, I never marketed, I never got out and never networked. And that worked for 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
And I
Yep.
was very lucky. But then you've worked with everybody that you know, and you have to get out there and let people know what you are, why you're here, why they should use you. I mean, nobody take the razor that you use every morning, right? Why did you pick up that razor? It was for marketing.
Right.
Everything that you do and everything that you purchase for whatever reason is because someone marketed to you.
Absolutely. And you know, in regards to that too, you if you're not if you hit it like a glass ceiling, right? Like if you're just doing the organic growth like you were just talking about 10 years and it's like boom, 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 I can't do anything more. You have to add certain elements to it.
You
Um,
do. And marketing has to be one of those. And it's unfortunate in down times. And I'll kind of go with COVID. The first thing that most companies cut was their marketing. And that's when they should have put any money that they had into that marketing, telling consumers, their clients, whatever, they're still here. They're still here and they're still working.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that Action Coach, one of the things we teach here at Action Coach is marketing is not an expense, it's an investment. And we teach
Correct.
people how to understand that concept. And once you get it, once you really understand it, suddenly you're like, why wasn't I doing this before? Right. And so that's incredible. I appreciate you sharing that. We've spent a bunch of time focused on the business. I want to kind of go into your background a little bit more.
Sure.
What was your transition like so you went to school and you were coming out of school, you went to work for these other companies. When you decided to really break away, elaborate a little bit more on that transition for us.
It's funny because I think most business owners that do a startup business, right? They go into it because I want to do graphic design and that's what I wanted to do.
Yep.
Boy, was that not what you get to do. And I think that whole shock value of learning things like sales tax and IRS and tax payments and what you have to keep track of. And oh my gosh, then hire an employee. And then it's a whole nother plethora of things that you have to
And
learn.
people, it's game changer. Yep.
Right. You don't understand that, wow, there's this big, huge chunk of time that you don't get to do what you went into business to do. And like I've been in it so long, I very rarely get to really design all the time anymore because of there's
Sure.
this other bucket. And I think that was the hardest thing for me. And getting that total team around me, finding a really good accountant that understood the small businesses and what I was going through, finding a really good banker that I could call and say, I need a little bit more of my line of credit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cash
finding
flow.
right. Finding that attorney that, if I did have a problem or some of the legal stuff or getting your corporation all set up or whatever, I wish I would have done that a lot faster. I mean, it goes into insurance and everything else. I mean, there's just so many things that you have to juggle as a new business owner. But most of them don't understand that going in.
Yeah. And in school, they don't really teach you it. They, they,
They
they
don't.
teach you how to do the work, but they don't teach you how to business the work. Right. And even in I'm finding out that in regards to like just business school and all these things, that's not what they're teaching. They're teaching concepts, statistics, analytics, and things like that. And they're not diving in. We still have attorneys today that are practicing. They're I call them solopreneurs essentially,
Mm,
because they are working their job. They own the job is what they own. They don't own the business. They own a job. And I'm super glad that you were able to break out of that. Um, for the most part, I know you're still working a lot of it in today,
yeah.
but still
Yeah.
not like you used to, right?
No, not like I used to. Exactly.
A game
And
changer.
it's lessons learned one at a time.
You don't know what you
One
don't
at
know.
a time.
Yeah. So what's been the most memorable challenge or roadblock that you've had to deal with?
The biggest roadblock, not putting my phone on silent.
She totally answer it on the call.
Yeah. I think knowing when and how to hire employees, I think is huge. I was on my own for quite a few years and I was working the 60, 80 hours a week and my kids didn't know who their mom was anymore. Um, but making that leap of faith, or I'm not really good at the financial piece. And so trying to figure out how to do that was huge. And I think I delayed it a lot more than I probably should have, um, because I was a mess. I mean, when you work that many hours, you're just tired.
Oh man, there's so many
Yeah.
decisions that you have to make, and there's something out there called decision-making fatigue, and you are probably a walking embodiment of decision-making fatigue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
Yeah.
Most business owners, they they're taught personal banking, maybe from their parents, maybe from somebody in school, but no one's really taught business banking and business finance. And to expect people to just walk into owning their own business and understanding it just like that, could imagine the fear that you might have had to experience before hiring someone of
Right.
what if they're going to drain my coffers? They're going to drain it, and I'm not going to make any more to be able to afford them. You don't understand the impact of an employee until you actually make the leap,
Right.
especially if they're a good employee, right?
Right. Right. And what
Super.
do you do with a bad one? Um,
How long do you hang on to the bad ones?
right. I had a mentor tell me many, many years ago to hire very slow, but fire very fast. One
Wise.
bad seed infects the entire staff. And it took me a few employees to figure that out.
I can relate. I can relate.
Yeah,
My previous businesses, it was the same thing. It was you you're like, they'll change. they'll be better. And then you also have
Right.
that mental mindset of desperation, maybe a little bit of, if I lose them, I'm going to have to do the work. And I'm already running around with my head cut off with
Right.
these 17 hats that I'm trying to hold up. Yeah,
Well, and there's the
I get
mindset
it.
now since COVID, either a bad employee is better than no employee at all. And I
Oh,
think a lot
what a
of businesses
horrible thing
struggle
to
with
say.
that,
Mhm.
right? I mean, it's a body and they're breathing and they occasionally show up to work. And what do you do with that? And I think business owners are going to have some,
Maybe sober.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It is a running pandemic of a situation, but I think that more business owners are realizing that it's not necessarily true. It's more of a perception. And once you beat that perception, you can get back to actually hiring good employees again.
right.
That was awesome. So let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
What's next? What's happening to Julsdesign in the next 3 to 5 years?
The next 3 to 5 years, I hopefully am working on my retirement plan.
Yeah.
And to either working on this, sell the business, or keep the business and let my employees run the business, because my employees are amazing and I think they could do a really great job. So that's kind of what we're working on now. But Julsdesign itself isn't going to go anywhere. We're very lucky. We've had clients for many, many, many years right in a row. Uh, I just love them too much to just like, oh yeah, here, we're going to lock the key. See you later. Bye. So that's kind of what we're working towards. Yeah.
At least you understand that that's a possibility, right? If you're not working towards that, then it's a possibility that you might have to shut down when you walk away. And
Right.
unless you're making a plan and trying to execute the steps that'll get you through that plan, it could really be that way. And
It really could.
being conscious of that, Jules, is huge.
Yeah.
It
And
means you really do care.
I do. I love my employees and they're absolutely an amazing group of people. And so I've just kind of been training them to do the things that I do, splitting it up just a little bit. So there's not one body that's, I don't want to say stuck, but you know what I mean? One body that
Sure.
has to do all of the stuff. And they have really jumped on board and they're all behind it. Uh, Great group of people.
That's amazing. Aside from the School of Hard Knocks, Jules, have you had any formal small business training or anything like that? I don't mean to. I'm not trying to call out anything. Other businesses owners would probably want to know as well.
Sure. Yes, I have. I sought someone to come in and help my business out about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Uh, and we went through a whole series of things with all the staff. It was a great thing. I don't think I'd be here today had it not been for someone coming in and taking an outside look in to my business and telling me all the things that we could do maybe better, more efficiently, like the work on it, not in it,
Yeah,
is so important. And I learned that through of all that. And I
that's
think
outstanding.
small businesses do need that. They need that outside look, and they shouldn't be scared or afraid or embarrassed that somebody's going to come in and go,
What's going on
right,
here?
right. You shouldn't be,
I
because
may
you
or
don't
may not have
seen
asked
that
that
face.
question. Yeah, I made that face. Ask that question. Be like, ah.
Yeah,
It's
but you need it. You need
you
it. You
you
don't
don't know
know
what you don't
everything.
know. Yeah, you don't
That's
know what you
exactly
don't
right.
know. Yep.
You don't
Uh,
know what you don't know, and you don't be afraid to ask those questions and get help.
yes,
It's
yes,
okay.
yes. Very, very, very good advice. We've certainly covered a lot in our conversation today. And for those who are watching, keep watching this because there is some great nuggets in here. I love that you have literally fired through your business journey, Jules. It's good to see that. And I wish that you would have gotten to whatever goals that you were at faster. But and maybe that wasn't your plan. And even if it was, I'm wishing the best for your goals now, and I'm looking forward to building a relationship with you just in general. You're a very cool person.
Oh, thank you.
As we begin to wrap up, though, I've got a few rapid fire questions. These are going to be like quick top of your head, So one word or one sentence. Can you handle
Okay.
that? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Got it.
What is the key to success for you?
Understanding that there's no such thing as failure. There's just 1,000 things that didn't work.
Love it. Thomas Edison all day.
Yep.
Um, what is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Network and get to know anybody and everybody in every room you're in.
I'm working on that one myself.
Mm.
Brilliant. What is one book you're reading right now or have read most recently?
I don't read books.
Okay. Have you listened to any books or anything like that?
I don't. I
Okay.
don't. Mm-mm.
No worries. If you had to choose only one area of your business you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
That I could immediately improve tomorrow.
Immediately. It's just fixed.
I want to say finances, but I can't immediately do that tomorrow.
Sure. Like add cash flow. Right. Okay.
Right. Add cash flow. That one's a hard one.
Yeah. Okay.
Make 10 more people smile a day.
Make more people smile a day. Is that what you said?
You bet.
I actually like that one. Our slogan here at Action Coach Vanguard is "We build people."
That's awesome.
And, it's something I actually had before I was with Action Coach. It's been a little bit of a passion of mine, and it's one of the reasons why I selected Action Coach as my on my journey, is because it's going to help me fulfill that.
That's great.
So more people smiling is my thing. I like that.
Yeah, they should every day.
They should. Before we get to the final question of the day, how can others learn more about you or your company? How do they get in contact?
Sure. We have a website up. It's called julsdesign.com. Of course, all the typical Facebook, Instagram, or what we really love is give us a call and come in and visit. We love to sit down and chat and coffee or whatever, just to kind of get to know each other.
What's the phone number?
It is 515-963-8309.
All right. So last question. What is the most inspiring to you today?
That I made one person's life a little bit better because I did the right thing for them. I helped them out. I reached out a hand. I want to do it every single day.
Heck yes. Good one. Jules, as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you so much. This has been an amazing spotlight on your journey. Not just you, just your business, but you and as an owner. I'm just really appreciative of you taking the time and coming on here and not only enlightening me in regards to your journey, but just other business owners who might be dealing with some BS or whatever they're dealing with, to know that they're not alone. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
This has been the Business Spotlight with Jules of Julsdesign, and your host, me, Gabriel Moore. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.